he's him. Everybody in the league, if y'all not woke, please wake up, get the crust out your eyes, because he is him, and 10 is coming.
J-Lo played great, and he was super efficient, moved around really well, made some plays outside the pocket. Thought he played outstanding.
I got a lot of love for him, so it was very fun to go against him, and told him that I needed that jersey. We're going to exchange those at a later time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Huddle, presented by Network Health for the 25th season of the show. For the second week in a row, pleased to have a first-time guest. Packer safety Javon Bullard joins us. Javon, thanks for joining us. How much fun was that win Sunday night, and what was the flight like back?
Appreciate y'all for having me, and nothing better than a W in the NFL on the road. And I know it felt good to be A-Rod, you know, coming from the Packers. So, man, it was a huge win for us.
I heard you guys were playing their song in the locker room.
Oh, we played it all week. Matt done played it all week, man.
You heard a lot of Renegade?
Oh, man. I didn't even, I was like, we was on the field, we listening, we like, wow, he keep playing this song.
And then you realized?
Yeah, it's like they fourth quarter songs. I was like, okay. We played it in the locker room after the win.
It was a good win. After a bit of an underwhelming first half, it was a second-half masterpiece. Green Bay scored on each of their first 5 possessions out of half, 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and up to the 35-25 victory.
Well, that was the tale of 2 halves right there. A lot of credit to Pittsburgh for the first half, and then I thought our guys, the greatest thing I saw from our guys was I didn't see any panic. They stayed together, and we cleaned up some things that we didn't do in the first half, and just made plays. So I'm really excited for our guys. Now we got to take it, learn from it, and move on.
Just not doing the fundamental things, and just coming out of the second half, understanding that we were beating ourselves, stopping the run, making them earn it. Even the penalties on third down, they were just getting prayers. We were just making massive mistakes, and just the second half, we just said we weren't going to keep giving that away, and that was just a big difference.
Anything said at halftime to change the flow at all?
Nothing crazy. I mean, we basically just said, man, we got to do our job. We know, I mean, we've been here before. We've been in these adverse situations before. Everybody got to be held accountable. Do your 111th, then we're going to come back in here and celebrate.
You celebrated indeed. This game obviously billed as Aaron Rodgers' first ever game against the Packers, scoring against his apprentice, Jordan Love. Well, the mentee got the better of the mentor. Jordan completing 20 straight passes at one point. That tied Brett Favre. 360 yards, 3 scores for QB1.
I was just playing. I think you get in that as a player where you just, start flowing and playing well, and everybody around me just making plays as well and executing at a high level. So, obviously I think we knew what we needed to change at halftime. And I'm just glad we were able to go out there and do that and start making some big-time plays.
We knew that in the second half we had to go out there and execute a lot better. I think he took the helm and, just led us and put us in position to make plays. And, that's exactly what we need from him. I think he was definitely huge.
Played fantastic. He's had a really nice season. He's been really efficient with the football. He's opportunistic, though. I felt like he was very patient tonight. He took the run solutions. He took the checkdowns. Moved in the pocket well. Thought he played really well.
All right, let's talk Jay Love first. When you're on the sidelines, how much of the offense are you watching?
A lot, to be honest with you. I mean, when we're not making those adjustments on the sideline, we tune into the offense, man, just like they tune in us. I mean, it's complimentary football. We want them to score points, and they want us to stop guys. So anytime that we can watch them, we're going to watch him. And
you're watching what he did. What are you thinking?
I mean, 10 is going to be 10. I have the utmost respect for that guy. I'm glad he's our quarterback. And, y'all just catch a glimpse of the things that he does on Sundays. I mean, you should see some of the throws and things he does in practice, man. It's just crazy. But a true testimony of what hard work and dedication get you.
You mentioned our quarterback, obviously a guy that people used to call your quarterback. What was it like going up against Aaron Rodgers?
It was amazing, man. Hall of Fame guy. Guy that has a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for and has earned a lot of respect around his league and his organization. And, as a defensive back, man, you pride yourself into just trying to, really learn and really just process the things that elite quarterbacks do on the level. I mean, the guy hit, 3 no-look passes. I mean, it was crazy, man. And I don't think nobody viewed it, but, being out there with him, it was amazing.
How do you feel like as a as a defense you fared for the most part against him?
I feel like we did good, to be honest with you. We know that it comes with highs and lows. I mean, we knew that we were going to make plays. The guy has an insane mind when it comes to football, and we knew he was going to get them in the best possible looks to the best possible things that we were running up against them. But I felt like we held our own. We battled through adverse situations, and more than likely we came out with a win.
For sure. Time now for our Associated Bank play of the game. For the second week in a row, it involves Tucker Kraft. You can make a case. The 3rd and 5 pass from Love to Kraft changed really kind of how this game went. Down 9 in the third quarter, a 50-50 ball. Kraft won. That led to a touchdown, and what a night it was for him on National Tight End Day nonetheless. Career high 7 catches, 143 yards, and 2 scores.
Anytime I get the ball in my hands, all I'm thinking about is north-south. You know, how can I squeeze every amount of yard out of this play? Those opportunities came to me today, and I just executed.
He's a big-time player, and I think, everybody's seen, what he's capable of when he gets the ball in his hands. Just making guys miss, running people over, getting those extra yards. So you know that, anytime he touches the ball, he's going to try and fight for all those yards, and he's just an explosive playmaker. So, I'm just glad that, everybody's kind of seeing what he's all about now.
That was the Associated Bank play of the game. I asked Evan Williams this the other week, how do you tackle him?
Ain't no such thing as a good tackle when you're going up against a guy like that. You just got to get him down, man.
And he will do his best to stiff arm you.
Oh, for sure. I was just telling X on the sideline, I'm not going to lie, like Tuck's trying to score every time he gets the ball. And it's hard. It's rare to find guys like that. Some guys are conservative. Tuck wants to put 6 on the board every time the ball is in his hand, so we love that about him.
And it feels like more often than not he's doing that.
For sure.
That play was part of the longest drive of the game. That was a 90-yard drive. But our drive of the game, sponsored by Gruber Lofts, is the one that gave the Packers the lead for good. 10 plays, 78-yard drive, ended in Josh Jacobs' 9th touchdown of the season. That's second most in the league. Also, the 3rd straight game Green Bay has scored on the first play of the 4th quarter. That gave them a 22-19 lead. Like I said, they would not relinquish. What does Josh mean to this team, not only on the field, but as a leader in the locker room?
I say it all the time. I feel like A's probably the heart and soul of this team, to be real with you, man. What he brings day in and day out, practice-wise, vocally, I feel like he's just the epitome of what you want in a player, what you want in a running back, a guy that you can lean on. He's one of those guys that you can call, if anything's going on, he checks on you personally. So I got a lot of respect for Abe.
There's a reason he's got that C on his chest, absolutely. Coming up, we'll talk about a big fumble recovery from our guest, plus a little extracurricular moment going on in the 4th quarter. We'll discuss next on Inside the Huddle.
What's up, Inside the Huddle fans? It's your guy, Donald Driver here, to give you this week's Sub of the Game, brought to you by Cousin Sub.
We're going to bend the rules a little bit here because Carrington Valentine started, but he hasn't for much of the season. He took the place of Nate Hobbs in the starting lineup. CV, 3 tackles, 1 pass defense, also played pretty good defense on DK Metcalf. That was the Cousin Sub's sub of the game. You deserve better. What did you like about how Carrington played?
CV a dog. We know the type of player we got in CV. And whenever CV gets his opportunity, he makes the most of it. So I'm not surprised. He's going to continue to make plays in this league, and I'm happy on our team.
Is he the biggest talker in the cornerback room?
Probably so. He's up there. I think a lot of us have a lot to say when we out there on the field, but he's definitely up there.
Yeah, he likes to make his presence known out there.
Oh, for sure, man. It's that swag you got to have at the defensive back position, for sure.
That is definitely true. Second straight game with the takeaway for your team. You fell on a fumble by Kenneth Gainwell. Edgerrin Cooper forced it in the 4th quarter. It's the second fumble recovery of your career. Walk me through that play. What did you see?
Really, Coop did all the hard work, man, to be honest with you. Coop made a hell of a play on the check down, and he got the ball out. And, we've been taking pride in just scooping the ball up at practice, man. Any incompletion, any ball on the ground, we feel like it's our ball, so you got to do whatever you got to do to get that ball.
Did you know that you were getting that when it hit the ground?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm not going to lie. As soon as I saw the ball on the ground, I already know. I was like, yeah, we're going to come up with this one.
There you go. All right, now things got a little bit chippy on the field in the second half. DK poked Quay in the eye. You were in the middle of, I don't know if you want to call it a scrum. I've never heard the ref say they flagged the instigator of a play before. Walk me through everything there.
To be honest with you, it was just football, man. Lined up in a vice, just trying to block. We're going to finish our blocks through the whistle, though. We're going to do anything we can within the whistle, and the guy didn't like it, and we don't back down from nobody. So it's just the thing that we have with this team, the camaraderie that we have. We're going to do all we can between the whistles, but we also not taking no slack.
When you saw the flag, did you think it might have been on you?
I thought it could have been, to be honest with you, but I knew I wasn't the only one doing things, so so it's one of those where it could go like.
And you always feel, like I said, like you don't see him say on the instigator because it feels like they never get the instigator. Does that make you feel like, all right, maybe they're paying attention to this a little bit more?
So it was one of those things where like I felt like we didn't do anything wrong, especially within the whistle. Like everything we did was in the guidelines of the rules within the whistle, but things got chippy. It's grown men going against other grown men, so it's gonna get chippy at those times. But to be honest, just looking back at it, I probably got to control myself a little bit more than I did that night.
We talked about control. We were talking about this off air. Quay Walker, probably 2-3 years ago, might not have showed so much control when DK poked him in the eye. What does it say about, you played with him at Georgia, what does it say about how far he's come?
It's a guy that really takes pride in like just truly trying to get better on and out the field. My brother, really you could just show like a true testimony of him really working on that. People don't understand how hard these things are when you grew up a certain way and have to go through certain things, and then things like that happen. Like, where we're from, we're taught to defend ourselves. We're taught to, don't take no slack. But it takes a true man to show good discipline also. So we're just happy that he's grown. I'm pretty sure he's happy that he's grown, man. We love Quay, and he's a true leader for us.
Yeah, he's played great so far this year. All right, you can follow us on social media. Instagram is at ITH Green Bay. TikTok, Inside the Huddle. Facebook, ithgreenbay.com. Find us online at ithgreenbay.com. And Inside the Huddle podcast, you can listen to it on Spotify and anywhere you get your podcasts. Inside the Huddle, presented by Network Health. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Inside the Huddle. Let's go away from football now for a little bit. Our Visit Milwaukee must-sees presented by Visit Milwaukee. You said you haven't been there a lot, but what did you do the one time you've been to Milwaukee?
All the rookies went to a Milwaukee Brewers game, man.
Last year?
Yeah, we went to the baseball game.
How was that?
It was fun. I'm not really a baseball guy, but like just all of us going and just eating, really just getting full and having a good time with my teammates.
Anybody throw out the first pitch?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nah.
Did you go to any Braves games growing up in Georgia at all?
Yeah. I didn't start going to the Braves game till maybe college.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've probably been to maybe 3.
All right. Let's get some rapid fire-ish questions off the field. Which of your Packers teammates from Georgia are you the closest with?
Probably Quay. Or it's out of Quay, Kobe, and Vaunt.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna lean towards Quay though.
Okay. Do Kirby Smart and Matt LaFleur have anything in common? One's a defensive coach, one's an offensive coach.
Yeah.
Feel like there's things you can't say.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
If you didn't go to Georgia, was there any other place you were going, or was it always Georgia?
I probably would have went to South Carolina with Coach Buschamp.
Okay. Was he at DC, or was he because he was the coach at Georgia?
Yeah, well, it was crazy because he was the head coach at South Carolina.
He was the DC at Bama.
The year before I committed, and then when I got to Georgia, he was at Georgia, and he saw me. He was like, well, appreciate you for turning me down.
Who is Georgia's biggest rival? We talked about this off air.
Biggest rival. It's out of maybe Tennessee and Florida.
Okay.
One of those two.
If you didn't play football, what would you be doing professionally?
You know what's crazy? I always wanted to be a journalist, though.
There you go.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a journalist.
Well, you can shadow us for a day if you really want to keep doing it. I would say keep your day job. You probably make a little bit more. Best vacation you've been on?
Best vacation? Probably, maybe that trip to Jamaica with my family, or the DB trip that we took to Puerto Rico.
That's a good one. All right, finally, favorite place to eat in Green Bay?
Well, my personal favorite is Jamara's Kitchen, but y'all don't know what that is. So, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna say Longhorns.
Okay, there you go. All right, the Panthers up next for the Packers at Lambeau. We discuss what their offense brings to the table. Coming up next on Inside the Huddle. We are back on the 25th anniversary of Inside the Huddle, presented by Network Health. Panthers up next. Just like when you play the Cardinals, you kind of might be preparing for two quarterbacks. It could be Andy Dalton. It could be Bryce Young. What's the biggest challenge in that?
I mean, NFL team, like we said, we're going up against another good team. With those two quarterbacks, you got a lot of experience in Andy Dalton. I mean, you've seen a lot of football. And then Bryce, man, you really just, I mean, people forget he's a Heisman quarterback.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the guy still is capable of making those plays, making those throws, and he has a lot of weapons around him. I know the rookie's pretty good. They got Leggett, like they got my boy Leggett, and the run game is pretty good. It's been moving pretty good for them these past couple of games. So, I mean, we got to come with our head on our shoulders and come ready to play.
All right, you guys back at Lambeau for the first time in 2 weeks. Aaron Rodgers said he had to use a silent count. I don't know if you knew this. At home for the first time in a long time. How cool was it to see the visiting crowd make a difference in that stadium?
We got the best fans in the world, man. They travel. I'm not gonna lie, they travel, man, and we love that and we appreciate that. And I mean, especially as a defensive guy, once the quarterback can't really hear, people don't understand how hard that makes things for the offense. So, a huge shout out to the Packer fans out there.
That was pretty impressive because that stadium can get pretty loud for them, but they silenced it. And a chance to wear some throwback jerseys coming up against the Panthers. A new look to the 1923 uniforms. Helmet that's hand-painted to resemble a leather helmet complete with straps and stitching. Your thoughts? A little bit different than the all-whites?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I'm not going to lie, but I'm excited to wear it. It's probably going to bring some more energy into that stadium on Sunday, man, so I'm excited.
I think last year you guys had the throwbacks against the Lions when it was wet and cold.
Yeah, I'm not
going to lie. That game didn't go that great.
Yeah, that game wasn't the best. That game wasn't the best. So we're gonna make it different this time for sure.
Make it different this time. All right, we'll be right back. You are watching Inside the Huddle, presented by Network Health. We're back on Inside the Huddle, joined by Packers safety Javon Bullard. How big was the return of Christian Watson on the offensive side for your team?
It's huge. It's huge, man. Long time coming for 9, man. Excited that he's back up and getting active, man, and he showcased his talent again yesterday. It's been amazing to have him back out there, man. It was only a matter of time, and he's an extreme talent. And like I said, I'm glad he's on our team.
How much harder does it make it when you have a guy like that who can stretch the field, just give other guys like Tucker options?
I mean, it's huge, man. You got to respect it, because even if he's not getting the ball, you have to respect the fact that he's even out there, because he can take the top off a defense, and he can go get the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's a complete receiver. Guy can run and jump and run routes, and like I said, like just his presence on the field makes it difficult for a defense, because you got to respect it.
Packers got the win. Javon Bullard joins us. Thanks for watching Inside the Huddle, everybody. Have a great week.